Conjunctions connect things. There are three different types of conjunctions we're going to talk about today. Coordinating, correlative, and subordinating conjunctions. They all work to connect different ideas, different parts of speech, and that's what we're going to take a look at today. Like I said, there are three different kinds of conjunctions: coordinating, correlative, and subordinating. And we're going to talk about all three. The first is a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions connect words of the same kind. They connect prepositional phrases, or they can connect entire sentences like in a compound sentence. The easiest way to remember coordinating conjunctions is through fanboys. In fanboys, we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And those are the 7 coordinating conjunctions. If you remember those, you're in good shape. But that's how you remember it, fanboys. My friend and Jimmy were going to the game. Here we have and. And is connecting two nouns, friend and Jimmy, and making this what we call a compound noun. The whole thing. All right, so that's one way in which coordinating conjunctions work. In the sentence, crabs are small yet very fierce, we have a different type of connection. We have our coordinating conjunction yet, but what it's connecting here are two adjectives. Okay, small and fierce. So yet is connecting these two to allow us to add more information about these crabs. We will go to the park or we will go to the mall. Again, we have a coordinating conjunction acting as to combine a compound sentence. Okay, that's our conjunction, our coordinating conjunction. And what this is doing is joining two independent clauses. So what we have here is a compound sentence. Okay, and that or is connecting this independent clause with this independent clause down here. Okay, and that's what gives us a compound sentence. And for those 8th graders out there who are watching this, please notice the comma. We'll talk more about this in class, or we have talked about more in class depending on when you watch this, but this comma is important in a compound sentence. Get ready to go, for the time is upon us. A lot of times people overlook for. For can also be used as a preposition. Here, it's used as a conjunction. Okay? And what for is connecting is the same thing that or was connecting in the last slide. Get ready to go. The time is upon us. Both of these are independent clauses. And notice, again, the comma. We have a compound sentence here. Okay? This is what coordinating conjunctions can do for us. We could not hide nor call for help. Here we have nor in a sentence. Okay, and what nor is doing here is connecting two verbs, hide or call. So as you can see, fanboys helps us connect nouns, adjectives, verbs, independent clauses. All of these things are very important to us in the world of grammar. The next type of conjunction we're going to talk about is correlative. And correlatives, conjunctions are used in pairs. not those pairs, not those pairs, not those pairs, not those pairs, and definitely not those pairs. Okay? But if you remember anything else about correlative conjunctions, they're used in pairs. For example, both and, either or, neither nor, whether or not only but also. All of these act as one conjunction. Okay? They all act as one conjunction, so they're both working together. They come in a pair. You need to, if I ask you for a conjunction, you need to tell me both because they act together as one conjunction. Okay? We can either go to the movies or to the game. Okay? Again, we have our conjunctions, either or. Okay? These are acting together as one conjunction. I wanted both the Wii and the PlayStation. Okay? Again, we have both and they're acting as one conjunction. Okay? That's the thing about correlative conjunctions. Okay? They work in pairs. They work together. She is not only intelligent, but also very beautiful. Again, not only, but also, all working together as one conjunction. Okay? It's a correlative conjunction. The next thing we're going to talk about are subordinating conjunctions. And subordinating conjunctions are important because they help us to create complex sentences. The three biggest types of sentences, you have your simple sentence, you have your compound sentence, and then you have your complex sentence. Subordinating conjunctions help us create complex sentences. They link a dependent clause to an independent clause. Okay? These are some subordinating conjunctions. I'll give you a list in class of more of them, but these are pretty common ones. A lot of times teachers tell you don't start sentences with because, but you totally can. If you notice, because starts this sentence if we take out the because, we have he came late, he received a lunch detention. Okay? We have a complete sentence here, or an independent clause here, and an independent clause here. Once we add the subordinating conjunction, this now becomes a dependent clause. And this still remains the independent clause. Okay? Because this sentence cannot stand on its own, whereas this one, he received a lunch detention, can stand on its own. Once you throw a subordinating conjunction in front of an independent clause, it becomes a dependent clause. When the Beatles come on the radio, I just have to sing along. Again, we have the same as the last one, where you have, if you get rid of this when, the Beatles come on the radio. The Beatles come on the radio is an independent clause. Just like I just have to sing along is an independent clause. However, the moment we put this when in front of the Beatles just come on the radio, now you've made it a dependent clause. Okay? Because now this cannot stand on its own. When the Beatles come on the radio, we need to finish the thought. And that's what this independent clause is there to do. She did not win the game, even though she was the best player. A subordinating conjunction can also come in the middle of the sentence. And then when it does come in the middle of the sentence, as we'll learn in class, we don't need a comma. There's no comma needed here because we have the dependent clause comes second. But this subordinating conjunction, she did not win the game. She was the best player. If we get rid of the subordinating conjunction, these two things are independent clauses. As long as Mr. Starziak is teaching, we will be bored. Notice the comma after the dependent clause. If we have this subordinating conjunction in front of a complete thought, Mr. Starziak is teaching, again, we have a dependent clause. Okay? That is how to recognize. If you come upon something like this, as long as, because, if, and we put it in front of an independent clause, like that, this is a subordinating conjunction. Okay? That's how you recognize them. That's the end for now. Hope you enjoyed watching this. Hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions, you can always talk to me in class. But, you know, conjunctions are very important. They help us put together more complex sentences to make our writing flow better than writing with all simple sentences that get choppy after a while. But we'll be discussing that more this year. Those are conjunctions. Thank you.